There you are. It's another day. And here we are. My friends are all here. I have a new friend came by. It's Rudolph. He's right here. I'm so happy you came, Rudolph. Oh, what day is it? Who knows? What did you say, Monkey? You're right, it's Saturday. We're going to call it Saturday Sweater Day. Look at my sweater. I am wearing my sweater because it's a little bit chilly out, so we thought we'd sit by the fire. And this sweater is a very old sweater because my mommy made it for me a long time ago. So today's story is Amos's Sweater by Janet Lynn. And inside it says, "To Jack, with love from Uncle Bink and Aunt Ruthie." So this was your daddy's book a long time ago when he was little. Amos was old and Amos was cold, and Amos was tired of giving away all his wool. So one summer day when Aunt Hattie went out to the pasture with her big clipping shears, Amos barked. "Bah!" he cried. He butted Aunt Hattie and ran away. "Amos, stop!" shouted Aunt Hattie. "Stop, Amos!" But Amos did not stop. Aunt Hattie ran after him. She chased him around and around the meadow. She chased him up and down the hillside and across the brook, but Amos was too fast. Uncle Henry had to help catch him and hold him down. Then Aunt Hattie clipped his wool. "There now, Amos," she said. "That wasn't so bad, was it?" "Bah," said Amos. Aunt Hattie gave him an apple to make him feel better, but Amos did not feel better. He was old and he was cold, and now he was angry. Poor Amos. Aunt Hattie washed the wool. She combed it and she spun it. Then she knitted it into a big warm sweater for Uncle Henry. "Isn't that fine, Amos?" She showed him the big warm sweater. "Bah!" Amos snatched at the sweater with his teeth. Every time Amos saw Uncle Henry wearing his sweater, he bit it. There was always Amos holes in it that Aunt Hattie had to mend. He wants his wool back. One hot day when Uncle Henry left the sweater over the fence, Amos tried to pull it down. It stuck fast and he made such a huge hole in it, Aunt Hattie came after him with a stick. Aunt Hattie mended the huge hole. She washed the sweater and hung it out to dry. Amos waited for her to go back into the house. Then he made a jump for it, but the line was too high. One night, Uncle Henry left the sweater on the table in the back kitchen of the house. The door was open. The moon was full. Amos could see the sweater from his stall in the barn. He butted the stall door. He shoved it. He butted it. He shoved it. He butted and shoved until the door flew open. What do you think's going to happen next? He dashed across the barnyard into the back kitchen. He yanked the sweater off the table. Furiously, he pulled it this way and that, and end of yarn caught in his hoof. Whew! He pulled and twisted to get it loose. He tugged, he twisted, he bit, he rolled around on the floor. The more he struggled, the tighter the yarn wound around him. Soon he was so tangled, you couldn't tell which was yarn, which was sweater, and which was Amos. He is all tangled up. "Bah!" he cried. "Bah! Bah!" Oh, in such rage, Aunt Hattie and Uncle Henry came running to see what happened. "Oh, Amos, now you've done it," Aunt Hattie sighed. Uncle Henry laughed. He began to unwind the yarn. Amos glared at them with his angry black eyes. Uh-oh, what's happening to that sweater? What do you think, Lammy? Free at last, he stood up. His two front legs were deep in the arms of Uncle Henry's sweater. His head poked through the top. Oh, he's got the sweater on. You know, Hattie, Amos is old, said Uncle Henry. And maybe Amos is cold, said Aunt Hattie. And maybe, they said, both at the same time, Amos is tired of giving away his wool. Now, if you go by the farm where Aunt Hattie and Uncle Henry live, you will see the sheep out in the pasture. There is one standing a little apart. That's right, it's Amos. He's old, but he's not cold because he's wearing his sweater. The end. Do you like that story? That was a special story. So this is Sweater Day on Saturday. Stay warm and cozy, and I'll see you next time for another story time with Grandma T. Bye-bye.